Speaking of spring break tonight, Puerto Penasco, otherwise known as Rocky Point, is a spring break mecca for Arizonans, but just like every other resort destination, boy, they have been struggling right now to survive this pandemic. Steve McLaughlin joining us right now. You've been down to Rocky Point several times, right?
Yeah, and like we discussed in the earlier newscast, the CDC still not approving or recommending non-essential travel.
Even if you've been fully vaccinated.
Exactly. Yeah. But there's a difference because travel to Mexico and all other countries, of course, the CDC still doesn't recommend. But from the very start of this pandemic, the resort city, along with the state of Sonora, took this virus very seriously, installing these checkpoints with rapid tests, even sanitation tunnels. Well, now the Ocean City is battling something else, perception that they are still closed. They are not. We discovered some new businesses taking off and plenty of protocols in place.
You've heard of farm to table, of course. Well, here in Rocky Point, it's more like sea to table in minutes. This is the oldest and only women-owned oyster farm cooperative in Puerto Penasco, where they shuck each order just minutes after pulling them from this sparkling lagoon from the Sea of Cortez. Now that beaches are open, locals and tourists have been keeping this open beach restaurant very busy. But it also might be due to the new neighbors, a couple of award-winning sandboarders who sketched out their new business on a napkin. 10-year-olds have it mastered pretty quick after one try. Their dads, however, not so much. Despite the pandemic, these guys have a message for anyone hesitant to visit.
First
of all, thank you, and come to Rocky Point, visit us, enjoy Rocky Point, live the experience, and live this experience with the sandboarding. It's a healthy and sporting activity, and that's it.
With limited help from the Mexican federal government, it's been an economic struggle for Arizona's beach town. But according to the president of the Rocky Point Business Coalition, the tourist-dependent town took the pandemic serious from day one.
When COVID first hit, the city was shut down for several months. I could not leave as a full-time resident. There's still a lot of sanitation tunnels in place in town at various businesses. We take it very seriously. COVID cases have been much lower here in Rocky Point than they have up in the Phoenix metropolitan area.
And he and the developer he works for has millions riding on keeping tourists coming back.
We have sold 19 condos so far this year. The market is on fire.
Encantame Towers is the largest development project going for the city right now. The 24-story, 3-tower luxury condo project is visual proof the city is coming back.
We got a beautiful beach. We got an excellent desert.
But for Hector Vasquez, the president of the Convention and Visitors Bureau, it's all about keeping up with protocols. At Las Palomas Beach and Golf Resort, it starts with your shoes, sanitized by mats before stepping indoors. Then thermal temperature scans by camera, then by hand to enter every restaurant where you sit down with your silverware sealed in a plastic bag. Cleaners are everywhere because, of course, they want Americans to feel safe and happy.
We live from the tourism, and for us it's very important to comply all these protocols because we want the people keep coming and we want our staff be safe. And we want that everyone who visit Peñasco and Rocky Point, as we say, feel secure.